Okay, hey guys, what's going on? It is design, or yeah, well, I'm design, so yeah, so it's design. Here, I'm just bringing you guys a little, I'm gonna call it a tutorial of how to make good render settings for Cinema 4D. I've had a few people ask me for my render settings, and I really need an upload, so I'm just like, why not make a video of it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have this problem of, well, because there's a whole bunch of things that go wrong when you don't have good render settings, like your materials don't show up, things look choppy, blah 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 blah. So when this loads, because of my 1,000 fonts that I have, it takes forever, but when it loads, I will give you a little bit of an example. Okay, just gonna put a material on it here. Let's make it blue and objects shadow. I'm just putting properties on it so that it can show the properties in the render setting. Okay, so let's just use that. Even though it's nothing really special there. Anyways, I have my render settings saved here. I have presets. I usually use this one. So what I have is my output. Here, I'm gonna see if I can make this bigger. That really didn't do anything, so never mind. So what I have is my width and height don't really matter. It should be like, I should usually have it set to like 1280 by 720 or 1920 by 1080, but I don't know what I was doing when I set this render settings, but right now it is set to 1440 by 1080, which I guess works because when you bring it in Photoshop you can make whatever adjustments you need to, and then none of this stuff really matters, like the aspect. I just left it the same, and then you just make sure you're rendering current frame, not all frames. Just do current frame. This is just if you want a text or something rendered out. This is not for videos and stuff. So then I have my file, blah, you just choose where you save it, call text or whatever. Format PNG so that it can have a transparent background. I do 16-bit because it's the highest quality. And then make sure you have alpha channel, or else it'll render it with a black background. And you trust me, you don't want that because it looks so funky when you try and do something with your text. And then don't edit that. My ambient occlusion, I didn't change anything. I just put it on so that it picks up shadows and stuff like that. It's just more detail, and same thing with global illumination. And then sometimes if I have like a glow on my texture, I will put on object glow so that it enables the object to have object glow, and then I will put glow on it too, so it's just a little extra boost, just because why not. You can put glow on anything to make it glow, but you know, yeah. So that's basically my render settings, but for if you want to do a text or a logo or render something out, and I'll quickly show you the one that I use for um intros and stuff. So I think this is it. Yeah. So I have the same thing with the global illumination and ambient occlusion. Just put them on there for extra detail. It might take a long ass time. Wait, yeah, it might take a long time to render, but it's worth the quality. And then I don't change anything, and I go back to the save is where I change stuff. You want to do the same thing. Choose where you're saving it. Format. Make it QuickTime Movie works, but as I'm on Windows, I like using AVI because it's one of the default. AVI WMV plays best on Windows. But if you're on a Mac, for sure go to QuickTime. And if you have QuickTime on your computer, I would recommend QuickTime too because most of the times it's a smaller file than the AVI. I don't think there's much of a quality difference at all, or there might not be any at all. And then I don't have alpha channel on here, and I have it 8-bit because that's the only available for AVI. And then you go output. This is where you have to make sure. You have to make sure that it's 1280 by 720 if you want it 720p, or 1920 by 1080 if you want it 1080p. but the default is 720p, so that's what I use. Resolution, I don't know. I just played with it and I got 280 is what I like. And I left film aspect, pixel aspect of the same. Frame rate, you'd probably want to bring it to 29.97. I just have it at 30 frames because it usually rounds up when I do it anyway. And then the frame range, make sure you have to make sure it's at all frames, because if you render current frame and you're trying to do a video, you'll render out one frame of your video and that is it. So make sure it's all frames so that you get every single one, and then don't change your frame step, because I don't even know what that does, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure if I try playing the settings like that, it will not be fun. And okay, so one cool trick before I go, if you guys know what an RGB split is, I know most of you will if you're into GFX and stuff. It's when you have like red and blue and they kind of like come out of whatever you're talking about. If you put on scopic, however you call it, just turn that on, and that's basically what it does. It just gives you an RGB split on your text when you render it out. I accidentally did that when I did my speed art for SOAR We Think You Design Week 4, and I had to re-render it because that's not what I was looking for. I was going for an ocean theme, but if I was doing a regular background, I would have kept it for sure. It looked really sick. So I will pause this and I'll render it out with the stereoscopic just to show you guys really quickly what I mean if you don't understand what I'm saying. So just 1 second. Okay, so this is what I meant by an RGB split. It kind of makes it like kind of holographic and all kind of all over the place, kind of. It looks really weird if you just look at it for a long time. So yeah, I recommend if you're doing a track in After Effects or something and you just want to render out a text from here, put an RGB split on it if you want to make like a holographic screen or something. So anyways, that's it for my render setting tutorial and just a few tips on Cinema 4D, I guess. Just a few little tricks. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did watch the whole thing, please leave a like and comment. And if you guys want any tutorials from me, for sure, just tell me. And yeah, peace, guys.